And good morning. Welcome to Community Voice. I am your host, Josh Engel. Today is Thursday, February 22nd, and our guest today is Terry Lowry. Terry Lowry is an American composer, conductor, and pianist. He's the conductor and music director of the Carroll Symphony Orchestra. His compositions include symphonies, concertos, oratorios. I love that word, Terry. Works for chamber ensembles and soloist choral works, and so much more. And I got that from his Wikipedia page because I discovered a moment ago he has a very, very robust Wikipedia page, and he deserves one because this guy does a lot. Good morning, Terry.
Good morning, Josh. How you doing?
Oh, I'm great. Thank you so much for taking the time to come on the program today.
Thanks for having me, man.
And I want everyone to know, considering that two of the most beautiful people in Carroll County are currently sitting in this room together, we are on camera. So we are live streaming on our WLBB Facebook page. So feel free to hop on there if you have any questions, comments. Just want to say good job or that you guys are looking great today. Feel free to hop in.
Ladies, lock up your mothers.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But today we're talking about support. We're talking about a community coming together, as they have now for many, many years, to help support some of the incredible things that that Terry and when I say behind Terry are so many incredible musicians, young composers, and other conductors from all across the world. A very, very complex web of creators of art, creators of music, and so much happens right here and has been happening right here in our neck of the woods. Musically for so long, and so much of that has to do to the support and concern of the local community, whether it be buying tickets, coming to these incredible performances, whether they're ongoing donors, as we know many individuals and companies and organizations throughout the local community and beyond are often donors to this great work. But I'm glad that we get a chance to sit down and talk about ways that listeners, that folks that come to your productions that are impressed and amazed by these young composers and the great work that you do, they have an opportunity to have some skin in the game. So, I mean, let's, take it away, Terry. Let's talk. What's
Well, thanks, Josh. Yeah. So we are, the Carroll Symphony Orchestra is in the middle of our winter fundraising season. And I always like to start that, when I talk to people about fundraising and raising money for the things that the Carroll Symphony Orchestra does, for the things that we do, by saying that for 22 years this community has sponsored a professional symphony. And that's really amazing for a community our size to have an orchestra of this caliber, all professional, 65 pro players playing for our 4th of July, playing at Christmas, playing the Masterworks programs, playing the winning compositions of our Young Composer competition. To be able to have something like that in Carrollton, something that we can go enjoy, something we can bring our children to, it's just phenomenal. And if you back up to when we started in 2002, since then, we had the Great Recession. We had the pandemic. We've had political upheaval up and down, and we've survived every bit of that. And every single year we finished in the black. Our community has supported us and helped us through every one of those little crises. And so here we are in 2024. We're in our winter fundraising season, and we're only $10,000 away from hitting our goal, which is fantastic. So we're hoping to raise that last $10,000. The money is specifically used for 2 programs. That is the Discover Music program for our children, where we bring children into the concert hall for a live rehearsal. So it's kind of a concert/rehearsal. Here's how it works. So when I was a kid, Yoel Levy was the conductor of the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra. And Yoel Levy would have open rehearsals on Thursdays. And my father would check me out of school and take me to Atlanta, and we would pay $5 or something like that to go in and sit in Symphony Hall and watch them rehearse. And they had world-class soloists coming in and out, and we'd hear them play everything twice and talk about the music, and I learned so much about running a rehearsal. Learned so much about being a conductor from watching these rehearsals. I was so inspired by it. And, that the place seats, 1,800 people, and we were usually the only 2 people there. Wow. It blew my mind that more people didn't come to this. So I make it a point every time the symphony plays to have an open rehearsal where students can come. And we've been doing this and just last week we had like 600 kids. come and watch us rehearse. And they watched us learn from beginning to end the William Tell Overture of Rossini. We even had them singing along with us. The orchestra would play dig it up, bum, and then I turned around to the kids and they'd sing back dig it up, bum, bum, and we'd go back and forth like this. And the kids were having a ball. It was so much fun. And then we played for those kids the 3 winning pieces from our statewide Young Composer Competition, which is the other program that we're trying to fundraise for right now. Each year, we submit a short musical theme of like 16 measures or whatever to every music teacher in Georgia. And we ask them to encourage their students to write a short piano piece based on the theme. We get all these entries from all over the state. We send them off to a university composition professor who grades them, who ranks them. And then the top 3 or 4 pieces, we choose, we take the top 3 or 4 pieces, and those composers come to me for orchestration lessons. We do a month of orchestration lessons. And then they get to hear their pieces played by a professional symphony. It's the only program like it in the world. We've been doing it for 20 years. We've played over 160 pieces by kids K through 12 in Georgia. So it's an unbelievable program. And so these 2 really unique, really special outreach programs for children are what we're fundraising for. We have other youth programs that we raise money for throughout the year. We have our youth string orchestra that we administer in partnership with the Carrollton Center for the Arts. We have a teacher resource program for all the teachers, and we have 52 schools that we partner with, and we make available to them whatever resources they may need, whether it's recordings or biographical information about composers, or just having me come in and accompany their school chorus. If they need instrumentalists for a festival, we've set up several of our symphony players to go play for high school LGPE or large group performance evaluation festivals next month. So we try to provide that for our local school system also. So we try to have an impact on our local schools, and to make this, as I always said, this is the best place in the world to live and raise a family, and we really want to be effective in bringing music to children, enriching their lives with great music. And our Discover Music program that we had just last week and our Young Composer Competition are 2 of our kind of premier outreach events. And for that, we're trying to raise the final $10,000. And we're hoping that those in our community will step up. We have a large donor base of corporate sponsors that are very generous and consistent and faithful. And we have about 100 families in our CSO Guild, both of which are remarkable, again, for a community this size. But we want to grow that so that we can continue to grow our program, because the more things we do, the more children, we impact.
Okay, Terry, I've been really, kind of trying to keep track in my head as we were kind of laying out the full scope of the situation, trying to kind of tally up just how many people are impacted by these programs. Because it initially it's like, all right, you have these judges, you have these other conductors and musicians, and then it goes out into the children who are able to children right here in our community that are able to participate and experience something that most humans will never get to experience, composing and hearing that music played live by a world-class orchestra. But then we start talking about working with the local school systems, engaging with those schools, engaging with festivals, bringing the talent right here that has grown in this local community to these events. My tally, we're up to hundreds of thousands of people, if not more. And that is an incredible impact. You think there are organizations that, of course, we're blessed with so many great nonprofits and so many great organizations, and all of them do great work. But I'm not sure that any of them engage that sheer number of people sharing that gift of music and cultivating these young minds. Could you speak a bit to the sheer breadth of people we're talking about here?
Well, we've got we have about 200 musicians in the Carroll Symphony and in groups that we support, and that includes our youth orchestra. There are 24,000 students in our local school systems and the 52 schools with whom we have partnerships. And of course, we don't get to meet each one of those kids, but we do have programs that are offered to each one of those children. And we do have, I'd say, probably at least 1,000 kids a year that we are in direct contact with through our teacher resource program, children that I stand in front of every year, 30 kids at a time in the classrooms. And then, of course, there's the Discover Music program that we had last week with 600 children.
Wow.
So it's a big impact. And like you said, there are a lot of fantastic organizations. The Carroll County Child Advocacy Center, for one, we actually have a new partnership with them, and I like to give them a shout out because I think they do such incredible work for children in, desperate need and whose lives are in the moment that they come into contact with the Child Advocacy Center, they're in real danger. And we partner with them when they're able to identify a child who has music in their life or could use music in their life. They're taken away from their school, they're taken away from their home situation and put into foster care or wherever the situation may lead them. And we're there to help keep music in their lives. So they then reach out to us, and we have like 40 music teachers who have been certified and trained through the Child Advocacy Center to be able to work with those children and to keep music a part of their lives so they can have some kind of consistency as they're going through those traumatic experiences. So we're not in competition with other groups or anything like that. In fact, we try to partner with them like we do with the Child Advocacy Center. I try to give them a shout out as often as possible because I think they do such great work, and we're honored to be in a partnership with them to help those children in need also. But what we do try to have as large an impact as possible on as many lives as we can. We believe that, and this is kind of a phrase that we throw out, and so I say it so much it sounds like a mantra, but just as every child should learn to read and write, every child should learn how to listen and to sing. Because the great thing about music, it's an abstract art, right? And so it means it gets whatever meaning we give it, right? So what happens when you're a child and you're so sad that you don't have the words for it? What do? You cry. What do you do when you're so happy that you don't have the words? You laugh. But what do you do when you're so angry that you don't have the words? Mm-hmm. You throw a toy, or you might even strike out at somebody else. Well, what music does is music fills in when our words fail us. So if we can teach children when they're very small and when they're still developing their vocabulary and still trying to make sense of the world around them and learning how to assign meaning to these emotions that they have, if we can help them find that song that's already in them so that when they're sad, they've got a song that they can sing that helps them get through that. When they're happy, they've got a song they can sing to help them enjoy it even more. When they're angry, we can find a song that they can sing that helps them navigate that in a constructive way and to get them through that time. And we've seen this happen time and time again with children as young as 3 and 4 years old. So I believe in this with all my heart, that we can change these lives for the better if we teach these children how to listen and how to sing.
Time is 8:43. We're going to go ahead and take our first commercial break. But when we come back, we will continue our conversation with conductor of the Carroll Symphony Orchestra and so much more, Terry Lowry, as we continue our conversation about investing into the lives of our local communities, children's and their families. Community Voice brought to you by Tanner Health System and Oak Mountain Academy.
Health is a journey. It's making better choices, even when it's not easy. It's taking care of yourself and the people you love. At Tanner Health System, we're there for you with every step, with primary care, heart care, cancer care, women's care, orthopedics, surgical services, and so much more. We're dedicated to helping you live and feel your best. So let's get on that journey to health. You've got places to be for many years to come. Find us at tanner.org.
The customized academic scholar journey at Oak Mountain Academy is individually designed to provide students with a personalized, clearly defined academic track that earns the student a series of distinctions upon graduation. This journey enables academically driven students to pursue a focused, rigorous course of study personalized to their wants and desires. I'm Patrick Uran, head of school, inviting you to journey with us on the mountain. For more information, visit us at oakmountain.us. Discover your journey at OMA. Prepare, explore, and achieve. And
we're back to Community Voice. Very special program today, joined by one of my favorite guests on the program. We always have such a cool conversation. I mean, I personally always have such a great time getting to talk about music with you, Terry. We got Terry Lowry, conductor of the Carroll Symphony Orchestra, and so much more. Composed so much music over the years, and through his teachings and the organizations by which he's associated with, as we just discussed, some local nonprofits as well, engaging the next generations of young composers, young pianists, young cellists. I mean, every member of this massive web of musicians and those who support that work. That's who we're talking about today. And we just had a comment from our sister station, KISS 102.7. Music is literally life, with a big heart emoji. I think that summarizes it beautifully. Music is life, and it has been a core part of our species since the very beginning. And it only continues. I mean, I think that, just from our conversations, music is an essential ingredient in harmony in a child's life as well as adults.
Well, music's present in every civilization, and I've read anthropologists believe that music existed as a proto-language before the spoken language. So it's a fascinating idea. That there's this common thing that all humans share, and that's a love for music. So we try to use that to reach children at a very young age. There's a wonderful story I like to tell. We were in the Carrollton Elementary School doing our pre-K music program for years and years and years and years and years. We ran the music program for Carrollton Elementary School, their pre-K program. The state lottery funded the pre-K, but they wouldn't fund the music program because they felt that 4-year-olds were too young to learn music. And year after year, we proved them wrong with that. But one Friday I was there, and it was the Friday before Thanksgiving, and they had just had their Thanksgiving feast, which meant all the parents had come to have their pretzels and jelly beans and marshmallows and their Thanksgiving feast, and they were all decorated like pilgrims. And well, the mamas left them with me. So you can imagine these 4-year-olds whose mothers had just left. One little boy was just inconsolable, just bawling his eyes out, crying so hard. And I had this whole game plan, this whole lesson plan of what we were going to do today, but this kid was so upset that I called a Peyton Manning. I just called an audible right on the spot. And I said, okay, we're going to do something totally different today. So I gathered all the kids around me, and this kid was in the back. The teacher was trying to calm him down, and but he just, nothing would work. And so I just started to sing, and I said, I want you guys to copy me. And I'm not going to remember it exactly, but it was something like, I'm feeling sad. And they sing, I'm feeling sad. My mom was here. My mom was here. And now she's gone. And then we kept singing, and then the song changed to, but my friends are here, and we'll play outside. And we just changed the tune. And as the song went through, it went from acknowledging the sadness in kind of a sad minor key kind of thing to singing about what was good about today, getting to play with my friends and getting to go outside for recess and getting to see my teacher who loves me. And then, by the end of the song, everybody's happy. And the little boy that was bawling his eyes out was laughing and dancing with all the rest of the kids. Just a perfect example of what music can do.
And this is what you were just speaking about. I mean, the last break, I mean, in your partnership with the organizations here that work with kids that have struggled, the Child Advocacy Center. I mean, that music has the power to parlay that pain into something beautiful.
That's right. So this child could not articulate with words how he felt, so he was crying. Well, music helped him articulate it. It helped him talk about it. And once you can put a word to it, or you can put a sound to it, it starts to make sense. It becomes manageable. And then we can slowly turn it into something happier. And that's a tool that if we teach people, we ought to be teaching the grown-ups how to do this.
I feel like there'd be a lot more honest and healthy communication if folks could express themselves this.
But that's just one way. There's another story that I've been telling lately. This young man came to us through the Young Composer Competition. He was probably, 6th, 7th grade. I found a photo of him the other day. It is the first time that he entered the Young Composer Competition. He's a little bitty blonde-headed kid named Elijah Green. Elijah won our young composer competition. He entered the next year, won it again. I think the kid won it 5 or 6 times, just over and over and over again. When he graduated high school, he took his portfolio of compositions, all these fully orchestrated pieces with recordings of a professional symphony. He sent them off to the Berklee School of Music in Boston. And he got, not only did he get accepted, got full scholarship to go to Berklee. He goes to Berklee, 4 years, did incredibly well, graduated with a degree in film scoring, came back, and then we, along with the City of Carrollton and the Center for the Arts, commissioned him to write his first full-length movie score to the 1925 silent film Phantom of the Opera, which we presented in 2 performances this past fall to 2 sold-out houses here at the Center for the Arts. And then, now he's gotten gigs with Netflix, and he's getting ready to go off to grad school. And so to watch these kids go from 12-year-old first-time composer to a professional film scorer and to be a part of his journey all along the way, that's what we're about. Yeah, we present these big, wonderful concerts. Last week we played Sibelius' 7th Symphony and Beethoven's 6th Symphony, and we do all that, and that's wonderful. But we're also changing lives. And we're only able to do that with the support of the community. And so we're hoping to be able to grow our Symphony Guild, to grow our corporate donor base. We're trying to finish off our winter fundraising season with the final push for the last $10,000, and so that we can continue to change lives like the 2 stories I just told.
It means a lot to me that you work incredibly. I mean, you work tirelessly to celebrate these kids, and I think that is a major. For me, it's a major push to want to support the work that you and all these children and all these musicians do. Is that you work incredibly hard to engage the next generation, because at the end of the day, you love music and you love the positive impact it's had in your life and in the lives that it's had on your students and in the musicians in your world. And I mean, we're only 10,000 away from the goal of continuing this magic. I mean, it's the closest you're going to find to magic in this earth, is to see that kind of healing power. Time is 8:52. We'll go ahead and take our last commercial break real quick, but don't go anywhere. We're going to wrap up our conversation with conductor and composer Terry Lowry as we discuss more how you, the community, can be a part of this incredible these incredible programs and invest into our children, into our local community. Community Voice brought to you by Tanner Health System and Oak Mountain Academy.
Health is a journey. It's making better choices, even when it's not easy. It's taking care of yourself and the people you love. At Tanner Health System, we're there for you with every step, with primary care, heart care, cancer care, women's care, orthopedics, surgical services, and so much more. We're dedicated to helping you live and feel your best. So let's get on that journey to health. You've got places to be for many years to come. Find us at tanner.org.
The World Language Scholar Journey at Oak Mountain Academy is designed to provide students with a clearly defined, curriculum-based track to acquire essential knowledge and skills for success in biliteracy fields of study. The successful completion of this journey provides colleges with a method to recognize a rigorous foreign language immersion experience for all students at Oak Mountain Academy. I'm Patrick Duran, head of school, inviting you to journey with us on the mountain. For more information, visit us at oakmountain.us. Discover your journey at OMA. Prepare, explore, and achieve.
We're back to Community Voice. Great program today. If you're just tuning in, we are live streaming on our WLBB Facebook page, so be sure to check out either that stream, or you can check out the podcast of this episode, which will be uploaded to the station's website, as well as gradicommunications.com. It is February 22nd, if I didn't mention that already. Time is 8:54. We only have about 6 minutes left, and we're joined here with Terry Lowry, conductor of the Carroll Symphony Orchestra, as well as a composer. It would take me about 15 minutes to really capture everything that Terry does, but most importantly, he is he has invested countless hours and probably a lot of his own personal money in cultivating the minds of our younger generations, the children right here in our community, through various programs, including the Young Composer Competition. Only $10,000 away from the goal in this as they wrap up their winter fundraising. Terry, please, the rest of the time is yours. Of course, let's be sure to hit how folks can be a part of this experience, how they can invest into these kids and into these programs, and anything else you want to share.
Sure. Thank you, Josh. And again, we're so grateful that our community has supported us for so long, over 20 years. Our corporate sponsors, our CSO Guild, individual families, they've just been so generous. They continue to be. We continue to grow. It's kind of hard to say no when a school reaches out with a need, or you see a group of children that whose lives could be changed by music. You want to go do that. So we do continue to grow, and to do that, we have to continue to raise money. So I do fundraising several times a year. This is our winter fundraising drive. The way that you join our guild or become a corporate donor is you go to our website, mycarrollsymphony.com. mycarrollsymphony.com, and through there you can either send us you can join our email list and send us a message, or you can donate through our Venmo, and our link to our Venmo is right there on the webpage. It's as you would imagine, Carroll Symphony Orchestra. That's the handle at Venmo. But we'd love to increase. Anyone listening, if you'd like to become one of our sponsors, help us change the lives of children. But it's for everybody in West Georgia. It's not. I've talked a lot about children today, but we have lots of outreach programs for people of all ages. And of course the concerts. My word, the concerts. I mean, I don't think I have to sell Beethoven. I don't have to sell Sibelius. You go and you listen and you experience it, and your life is changed for it. And I don't think I have to make much of a pitch for that. But we have such a fantastic group of musicians that have been playing with us for, like I said, for 20 years, and all because of the support of our community. They bought into our mission statement, which we have a 3-part mission. Number 1, to enrich the lives of children through great music. Number 2, to serve as a cultural and economic engine for our area. People come in, they stay in hotels, they eat at restaurants. It's a big deal. Kids take lessons, local teachers benefit. There's economic impact because of the work that we do. And then 3, to support the creation and performance of new music. And we've premiered, by our tally and by what we've read from the League of American Orchestras, we have premiered more new compositions over the past 20 years than any orchestra in America. Wow. Now, a lot of that is because of our Young Composer Competition, obviously. There's 160 pieces right there through that program. But we've premiered another 100 pieces just that we've commissioned from other composers. We don't want to just play Beethoven. We want to play music that's being composed today, and in particular by Georgia composers. And so we're very proud of that. Here in Carrollton, the Carroll Symphony Orchestra has premiered more pieces than any orchestra in America over the past 20 years. And we can only do that when our community supports us, and they always have. And we hope that some of our listeners today will want to join us and help us bring beautiful music to West Georgia.
And I'm going on the website immediately after this show, mycarrollsymphony.com. I'm going to make a contribution. And anyone that's listening, let's keep this going. Let's continue to set this local community apart from the rest of the country in such an honorable way. We have some great things that make this area special, but truly one of the most important is the engaging in the lives of these musicians, their children, children in the school systems and beyond. mycarrollsymphony.com. That's the website. Terry, thank you for not only coming on the program today, but thank you for the sacrifices and the effort that you put into spreading your love of music and engaging that throughout the community.
Thank you, Josh.
And thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.